Hello. I just wanted to introduce you to another of my hobbies. Although electronics related, it is a little bit different, and I'm tying it into the EcoFlow anyway. Solar powered Christmas lights. And yes, this is completely running off my EcoFlow Delta Pro. It is running at about 196 watts right now. And yes, it's my dad's 63rd birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. Right, so these lights, they're basically the same technology as NeoPixels, a chip called WS2812s. So each of the little bullet pixels are individually addressable LEDs. And I bought these ones specifically from a UK website called Lightshow. There are lots of companies, especially in America, that do this stuff, but in the UK not so much. So a few years ago I was trying to build a really large megapixel tree using LEDs that I was buying from eBay direct from China for like £5 to £10 for a string of 50 LEDs. And it was such low quality, the voltage drop across that length of the cable, which is only 3 meters maybe, was just so bad that even to the next string it was horrible. So I now use high quality 12 volt pixels. They're just so much easier than the 5 volt pixels I was using before. And that particular pixel tree that ended in catastrophe after some fairly strong winds. I'll post some photos on the video if I can find them. If not, I'll cut this section out. So yeah, but yeah, I was so disheartened after that because I'd spent so many hours trying to get all that to work, and it just failed so catastrophically. Like a few days just before Christmas, I couldn't even get it back up right again. So I was really disappointed. But the year after, I found Build a Light Show. I bought a load of pixels from them late October, and I had my mega tree, which you can see in the background here, up and running again in days, a couple of days if that, and that really brought me back. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to start at the front here. So you can see these leaping arches. They are 50 pixels each, and they look fantastic. I have to say they're about 4 foot across from one side to the other. And if I remember rightly, most of this stuff will be Gilbert engineering. The spiral trees, also Gilbert engineering, but you have to print out the frames. There's a metal frame there based on 22mm conduit with some 3D printed parts to hold it all together. I think in shot also have a Gilbert engineering mini tree. It's 190 pixels, but you can also get like a little bow or a little star sticking off the side, which is another 10 pixels, so 200 pixels in total. And I love this thing, but most of the songs that I have need like a quartet or a few of them, so I was only really able to use it in one of the sequences that I have. But yeah, next up, the pixel tree. That is based on a 3 meter scaffolding pole that I managed to pick up from a friend, along with if I remember rightly, a 32 tooth pixel topper, again from Build a Light Show, and they're inserted into, I believe it's called Pixel Strip. If I remember rightly, this is Holiday Coro. I managed to get it from a company in Germany when I was building the tree that failed. And they're all connected to a 10-foot trampoline ring. Really useful thing. And the star is a 21-inch Gilbert Engineering star, and I think that's 200 pixels as well. So at 3 meters tall, I'm using a 2-hole spacing. I believe it's 1 inch per hole, and I'm using every other hole, so that's 2-inch spacing, about 10 centimeters. 75 up and 16 strands all the way around. And I use the pole for my pixel controller, which I'll show you now. So this board is a Falcon F16 V4. It has 16 outputs, hence the 16, which go direct to the pixels through cables, 3 wires, positive and ground, and the data. Really easy to wire up, and they end up in these pigtails that are waterproof. They just unscrew really easily and just disconnect. I've never had a problem with these. Fantastic, really useful. completely watertight. And up here we have, it's a 320 watts 12 volt power supply from Meanwell. There's 2 of them in this box using a 3D printed bracket to hold them in. And this is a waterproof outdoor rated box. I don't remember what model it is, 3200 or something like that. They're really not available in the UK. You can only buy them through some very specialised retailers. Again, Build a Light Show. I really can't sing their praises highly enough. Not sponsored at all. In terms of what's holding the pixel tree, I built this T-base, which I'll just show you now. There you go, out of wood. So it's a couple of planks tall, and the scaffolding goes into a scaffolding faceplate, I think it's called, which just goes in, and so it's really simple construction. It really didn't take me long at all, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's the ring that's a trampoline on the ground there, and I use in the UK the mains voltage not safe to be used outside using normal connectors, so I use these. These are C-form connectors. They're commonly used on campgrounds, and it just goes off to the house where it's usually powered by the EcoFlow Delta Pro, depending on the solar, but I do use the mains as well. I mean, it is winter. You can only power 200 watts for so long, even after a good day's solar in the winter, I'm afraid. This is my new addition for this year. It's usually referred to as a pixel matrix. It's a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plastic with thousands of holes punched into it to push pixels to. I've got 1,152 pixels, if I remember rightly, breaking off from the main controller board to a smart receiver. Really useful bit of kit, and yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I actually want to make this a lot bigger for next year's display. Maybe about 3 times, we'll see. But yeah, it's really lovely to have sequences with videos in them. Disney ones especially look fantastic in person. I'm afraid they don't come very well in video. But I will be posting some links to some of the sequences that I've had on my display this year. I haven't made any of them, and I will be linking to the people who I bought them from. Again, not sponsored in any way, but I'm a really big fan of their work, and I've really enjoyed doing this year, and I'm looking forward to going bigger again next year. If you have any questions at all, I'd love to talk to you down in the comments, but please do like and subscribe and take a look at some of the sequences that have been on my display this year. Thank you very much, and goodbye.